Good evening and welcome back to another episode of The Longing, where today we are going to be continuing to read Homer's Iliad. Sorry, I forgot the name of it then for a second. So let's continue. The phantom said, then vanished from his sight, resolves to err and mixes with the night. 1,000 schemes the monarch's mind employ, elate in thought he sacks untaken Troy. Vain as he was, and to the future blind, nor saw what Jove and secret fate designed. What mighty toils to either host remain, what scenes of grief and numbers of the slain. Eager he rises, and in fancy hears the voice celestial murmuring in his ears. First on his limbs a slender vest he drew, around him next the regal mantle threw. The embroidered sandals on his feet were tied, the starry falchion glittered at his side. And last his arm the massy sceptre loads, unstained immortal, and the gift of gods. Now rosy morn ascends the court of Jove, lifts up her light and opens day above. The king dispatched his heralds with commands to range the camp and summon all the bands. The gathering hosts the monarch's word obey, while to the fleet Atrides bends his way. In his black ship the Pylian prince he found, there calls a senate of the peers around. The assembly placed, the king of men expressed, the counsels labouring in his artful breast. Friends and confederates, with attentive ear, receive my words and credit what you hear. Late as I slumbered in the shades of night, a dream divine appeared before my sight, whose visionary form like Nestor came, the same in habit, and in mien the same. 80. The heavenly phantom hovered o'er my head. And dost thou sleep, O Atreus' son? He said. Ill fits a chief who mighty nations guides, directs in council and in war presides, to whom its safety a whole people owes, to waste long nights in indolent repose. Excuse me. Monarch awake, 'tis Jove's command I bear. Thou and thy glory claim his heavenly care. In just array draw forth the embattled train, and lead the Grecians to the dusty plain. E'en now, O king, 'tis given thee to destroy the lofty towers of wide extended Troy. For now no more the gods with fate contend, at Juno's suit their heavenly factions end. Destruction hangs o'er yon devoted wall, and nodding Ilion waits the impending fall. This here observant and the gods obey, the vision spoke and passed in air away. Now, valiant chiefs, since heaven itself alarms, unite and rouse the sons of Greece to arms. But first with caution try what yet they dare, worn with 9 years of unsuccessful war, to move the troops to measure back the main, be mine and yours the province to detain. He spoke and sat when Nestor rising said, Nestor whom Pylos' sandy realms obeyed. Princes of Greece, your faithful ears incline, nor doubt the vision of the powers divine. Sent by great Jove to him who rules the host, forbid it, heaven, this warning should be lost. And let us obey the gods' alarms. Then let us haste, obey the gods' alarms, and join to rouse the sons of Greece to arms. Thus spoke the sage, the kings without delay dissolve the council and their chief obey. The sceptred I'm gonna say this wrong. The sceptred rulers lead the following host, poured forth by thousands, darkens all the coast, As from some rocky cleft the shepherd sees, clustering in heaps on heaps the driving bees, rolling and blackening, swarms succeeding swarms, with deeper murmurs and more hoarse alarms. Dusky they spread, a close embodied crowd, and o'er the vale descends the living cloud. 81. So from the tents and ships a lengthened train spreads, spreads all the beach and wide o'ershades the plain. Along the region runs a deafening sound, beneath their footsteps groans the trembling ground. Fame flies before the messenger of Jove, and shining soars and claps her wings above. 9 sacred heralds now proclaiming loud. 82. The monarch's will suspend the listening crowd. Soon as the throngs in order arranged appear, and fainter murmurs died upon the ear, the King of Kings his awful figure raised, high in his hand the golden sceptre blazed. The golden sceptre of celestial fame, a flame, by Vulcan formed from Jove to Hermes came. To Pelops he the immortal gift resigned, the immortal gift great Pelops left behind. In Atreus' hand, which not with Atreus ends, to rich Thyestes next the prize descends, and now the mark of Agamemnon's reign subjects all Argos and controls the main. 83. On this bright sceptre now the king reclined, and artful thus pronounced the speech designed. Ye sons of Mars, partake your leader's care, heroes of Greece and brothers of the war. Of partial Jove with justice I complain, and heavenly oracles believed in vain. A safe return was promised to our toils, renowned, triumphant, and enriched with spoils. Now shameful flight alone can save the host, our blood, our treasure, and our glory lost. So Jove decrees, resistless lord of all, at whose command whole empires rise or fall. He shakes the feeble props of human trust, and towns and armies humbles to the dust. What shame to Greece a fruitful war to wage, O lasting shame in every future age. Once great in arms, the common scorn we grow, repulsed and baffled by a feeble foe. So small their number that if wars were ceased, and Greece triumphant held a general feast, all ranked by tens hold decades when they dine, must want a Trojan slave to pour the wine. 84. But the other forces have our hopes o'erthrown, and Troy prevails by armies not her own. Now 9 long years of mighty Jove are run, since first the labours of this war begun. Our cordage torn, decayed our vessels lie, and scarce ensure the wretched power to fly. Haste then, for ever leave the Trojan wall, our weeping wives, our tender children call. Love, duty, safety summon us away, 'tis nature's voice, and nature we obey. Our shattered barks may yet transport us o'er, safe and inglorious, to our native shore. Fly, fly, Grecians, fly, your sails and oars employ, and dream no more of heaven-defended Troy. With that, we're going to end the reading portion of today, because it's probably going to be a bit, the next one's going to be a little bit too long for the time we have left. So we are going to end it there. It is going to take us quite a while to do this reading, since we are only 50 pages in, and we've still got another 252 to go. But we are going to make our way slowly through, and it is going to be slowly, because I clearly, as you may have been able to tell, I am struggling with quite a lot of the words and names. But that's just the way it goes sometimes with these things, because it is an older book. I'm going to get things wrong because pronunciations and such have changed. But anyway, that's going to be the end of the chapter. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, or night, no matter what time of day it is. I hope you have a wonderful one of it. And as always, we will be back tomorrow with more of The Longing. So yeah, we'll see you then. Goodbye.